Good evening, beautiful people, and welcome back. We are in the building. Happy Thursday. Hey, Auntie.
Hey.
Look, how you doing? Girl, listen, if I don't miss Wendy today, oh my God, I miss Wendy. I miss Wendy. But,
Cutting up if she was working.
cutting up because reality TV is on fleek and the entertainment world in general is on fire, okay? So, we are here tonight and we are back to recap Housewives of Potomac, season 11, episode 10. Now, I know, we followed through with Monday. We messed up on Tuesday and Wednesday, but we're here. We are here and we are ready for season 11, Love in the Fast Lane. Okay? We are
Mm,
loving in the fast lane on Real Housewives of Potomac. Whew, Auntie, this season overall, how do you think we're doing so far before we get too far into this?
Listen, this season is going extremely well.
Hmm.
I'm loving it. They're giving us reality TV and it's kind of taking it back to what we're used to, the authentic reality TV. And I'm loving it. I really am. I'm appreciating the Real Housewives of Potomac. We did need this mix up. We really, really did need this mix up. We needed this revamp. And I don't think now Robin ever stands a chance to get her job back on Bravo because when you see what the show is without her, it is much, much better. Now,
Hmm.
unfortunately, I think, the dynamics of what she was going through in her personal life and, and the fact that she wasn't willing to be open and she was so guarded, it cost her a big paycheck. Now, listen, if I had to give anybody a lesson, here go the lesson. Don't ever mess up your payday.
Don't mess up your money.
Don't mess up. Come on now.
Not your livelihood. What are we doing?
What are you doing?
What are
Is
we
that?
doing?
Mm-hmm.
But I would agree with you. I totally agree. We definitely needed this mix up. I think the only two people that were really missing is Robin and
Candace.
Candace, yes. And I want to say we've had this conversation in our private times. It would have been great to see Candace this season bringing in life to this world and being a mom and a wife. And I would have loved to see that, but I really think that she needed to have that time on her own to be able to nurture, and really appreciate what she has right now. So shout out
I
to Candace. Congratulations. I don't think we've said it this season, but congratulations on the baby boy. You and your husband. I hope all is continuing to go well with you and the family.
mm-hmm.
Well, if you want to get us started, I'm ready when you are.
Well, let's get started because we open up, and I thought this scene was absolutely beautiful.
I'm
We open
sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. One last thing. We are live on both of our channels, everyone. So please make sure you hit that like button on both channels. Make sure you subscribe. I will drop the link for both channels in the comment section so that you can go over and hit the like button and subscribe if you're not a subscriber.
Thank you, Royaire.
Thank you.
So, we open up with I love the family scenes. I always will, right? So we open up with Gizelle, and these are her best moments, Gizelle, when she's with her girls, right? Who she truly, truly loves, and you can see it and feel it through the screen. So Grace is there, Adore is there. Why is the other girl's name slipping my mind right now? But
Grace,
okay,
Adore, Angel.
Angel. Adore, Angel, and Grace, right? So the
Mhm.
twins are Angel and Adore, and then we have Grace, and they're all absolutely beautiful. But Giselle talks about something that we all really need to think about in life because listen, we all have a birth date and we all have an end date, right? And so when you have a family or you whatever, you need to prepare your estate. I don't care how much or little you have, you need to prepare it so that your loved ones, when you are gone, do not have to struggle to get the whatever it is you left behind. When you die without a will, it is treacherous for the people that you leave behind. So you want to make sure you have a will, you want to make sure you have a trust, because I don't know all the details of it all, and maybe in 2025 we'll have a show where someone explains all of these things to us, right? So that people can get their business in order. And I got to be honest, I got to get my business in order for my son.
Listen, get your house in order, people.
Well, you won't be scrambling around. Of course,
Yes.
you, Royaire, talking about help. So, child, I got to get the business in
Look,
order.
because he can't do that because I'm gonna be over here distraught myself. So we can't.
So,
My girl.
okay, listen. Unfortunately, when Giselle's father died, someone took advantage of him towards the end. She said, and there was a fake will. So now Gizelle is trying to contest that because if the state kind of goes by this fake will, so to speak, Gizelle and her daughters get nothing that her father left behind, and her father left behind a legacy. Because of what Gizelle has shown us on the TV, I was rough on Gizelle a lot of recaps that we did on previous seasons because I didn't like what I was seeing. But Gizelle came from good bones, so to speak, a good family background. Okay, her mother and father, and I know the father. He was about his business from everything that we could see, on the TV when we did see him. So and that he loved Gizelle and them girls. He was always there for Gizelle and them girls. Okay, so that Dad would have want Gizelle and them girls to have their fair share of whatever it is he left behind. But for someone to come and be slick and grimy and write a fake will so they could steal from the father in his last moments is nasty. Oh, see, that's Trent. I asked Royaire that. Yes, the stepmama says she wants some legacy too. So Trent, that's what I was asking Royaire. I was like, did he have a wife? Oh. This is going to be a dog fight. It's going to be ugly.
Nasty.
It's going to be nasty. So that means that the wife is probably tried to be slick and write something up so that Gizelle and the girls don't get anything. But the wife shouldn't do that. Wait, don't make me pass out yours. Savannah.
Not and the other children. Oh my God.
What other kids?
So I felt like there were other children. I just wasn't sure or not if he was married to this individual still or not. I didn't know what that situation was like. But I do remember or recall there being other children outside of her.
Not Lisa saying Pimp Daddy.
Not Pimp Daddy.
No, y'all going back. I'm
stuttering. Lay it low and spread it wide. Oh my God.
No, Raina, I'm stuttering. No, hold on now. There was a wife and other kids. This is gonna be nasty.
Messy.
Oh, he said, I'm just guessing. Trent said always Anna Nicole wannabe. All right, I don't know, but either way, I know there's a fake will involved. Gizelle is fighting it now, and I hope and I'm not trying to. If there is a wife and other kids, I'm not trying to cut them out of this thing. But all I'm saying is that I want Gizelle and her daughters to get their right due because, child, he did hate Jamal. God rest his soul. Now, Lisa, you ain't had to bring that up, but he did hate Jamal. God rest his soul. With a passion. I never forget that season where she tried to fake like she was dating Jamal again. And he said that guy got 99 kids or he got caught in a hot mic. God rest Papa the soul. But that scene was heartfelt, and the girls seemed so laid back. They just, they love their mother, they embrace their mother, and it was a nice scene, but it was some education in there for us to know we got to have our stuff in order if we want our loved ones that we're leaving behind to get a piece of whatever it is we're leaving behind. So your thoughts, Royaire?
First of all, from an educational point, as you said, amazing scene. A lot of people do not realize, after you go, whatever debt you owe, whatever bills you have, whatever stuff that you have that is unpaid, it has to be taken care of, as well as your remaining self left. It has to be taken care of. So I love the fact that, we are being educated during this season on the Real Housewives of Potomac. They teaching the people something. We got even deeper talking about into trust, the difference between a trust and a will, and so I thought it was very remarkable of Jamal to think so much of his children, to make sure that they have a trust left for them so that no one can touch what belongs to them as his heirs. Now during this scene, especially behind on the confessionals, it really seems to me that Gizelle is jealous that Jamal has gotten married. I feel like Gizelle wanted to be the first lady of New Birth, and it didn't come to pass because she was very shady towards the new wife. And I don't understand what the shade is for. If you knew where all the money was and you was ready to divorce this man, I would think that you would be a-okay with him finding someone else and being happy. As you said, every pastor and every man in politics needs to be married. Those were your words, ma'am. So let it go and be happy for the man. Overall, as you said, the girls are beautiful, so smart. They are so loving. You can tell that they really care for Gizelle and that they are really there to support her. You know, last episode, as she was talking to Grace, she talked about how Angel really stepped up during that time of her father, you know, going through his transition, and she was really there for them. Or excuse me, she was there for Gizelle and making sure she got her flight and everything was taken care of. So it's beautiful to see the girls. Like they said, they're ready to go. They're ready to get out the house. They're ready to be free, you know, and see what the world has to offer them. So shout out to Gizelle and Jamal. Y'all did an excellent job.
They did, but can I add that this episode is the mouth of babes, honey, because the kids is talking more sense than the adults. Because the girls told Gizelle, just do, because Gizelle said, I'm not gonna, I wouldn't marry again because I don't want, you know, people are shady and I don't want no man coming in and taking what I may perhaps leave for y'all. And they said, just do like Daddy did, put it in the trust.
Oh, I don't trust these people. Girl, bye. Go somewhere, sit down.
Because she's saying you, because they saying, listen, mommy, daddy has moved on, okay? And we probably, they indirectly in a soft way telling mom, you need to move on too.
Move on, yes.
Daddy got married. And he just put what he's going to give us in the trust, okay? So you just going to have to do the same thing, mom, and get over it and move on with life. But yeah, it was a really good, heartfelt scene. I liked it. So let's move into this next scene. I tried to give TJ a chance. I did. I did. TJ is a whole piece of work. He's, matter of fact, TJ is nasty work. He really is. And he's not even a nice nasty. He nasty.
It was giving so nasty and so rude.
So rude. Okay. Shout out to Nene Leaks. Where's Nene when you leave her? Need her.
Come on,
yeah. Child, he was so nasty, so rude. And there's not a scene where it seems like he's just not plucking away at Stacy. Stacy, I know you want to be on the Real Housewives of Potomac, but I'm gonna need you to buy yourself another storyline because this right here ain't it. First of all, that house seems rented, it seems empty. Is nothing homely about it, right? In the cabinets, it seemed like there's nothing. He was making the pizza and literally didn't even have no parchment paper, no foil, no nothing. He just had the crust on the counter. I was like, what the heck is going on here? But TJ is, yes, the whole scene was cringe, Raheem. You are correct. I mean, he was just nasty. He just pulled this bonnet out of nowhere. And how did it get there when she said she don't even wear bonnets? Okay. He pulled this bonnet out of nowhere talking about, you know, he going to put on his chef hat, but he don't have one and he going to make the pizza. The pizza looked horrible. All right. He didn't even cut the tomatoes. He literally put threw some cheese on the crust and whole tomatoes. And I ain't really see no seasoning or nothing. And he threw that thing in the oven. But in the meantime, he let Stacy know, you took me to a party and you ignored me. He pretty much was like, where they do that at? And she said, well, you know, I just, you know, and he said, and then when they did the flashback Royaire, and they showed that he told her, don't ever do that again. And she better tread lightly. And then he's giving her like juice. Like, he said he was an Uber date. Now, out of all the Rennermen on all of these, I'm just trying to tell you, on all these reality shows, because we've seen the Rennermen before. They all done it. Gizelle has done it. Kenya Moore has done it. Portia has done it. You know, they all have done it. I think I'm going to put TJ at the top of the list as being one of the worst Rennermen ever. The juice was nasty. He didn't wash his hair. Come on, Savannah. And no cutting boards. It was disgusting. It was the most nastiest, unsanitary scene ever. She added salt. She sure did add salt to the pizza. It was a mess. But the worst part about it is that he's nasty. His mouth is wicked.
Mm.
And she just be sitting there like, I'm like, girl, you are gorgeous. You are beautiful. You don't have to do this. I would have told them to find me somebody else to fill this role. Get an actor. I don't know, do auditions, but he ain't it. He don't even pretend like he's not even romantic or caring towards her. He don't try to hug her, nothing. You could not have sex, but you could still hug her, kiss her, and all that. He's horrible. Your thoughts?
He's worse than a rent center man.
He horrible. He horrible.
He's horrible. This scene was probably the worst scene of this episode. What I have to say, from based off of what we are seeing on this scene and what we have seen this season from Stacey, I believe that Stacey is very insecure in herself. I feel that Stacey does not understand nor know her worth. I feel that Stacey is trying to figure out who she is and where she belongs in this life. And Stacey, let me tell you, this is not where you belong at all. Not with this man. He is not good for you. He's not healthy. It's just the TJ that we seen a couple of episodes ago is definitely not the TJ that we are seeing today. I don't know what happened. I don't know when the page didn't even turn. This is a whole new book. I don't know who this individual is. The blatant disrespect, the nastiness, the you couldn't even order. Hell, you could have ordered a real pizza. You made a Lunchable pizza with fake pepperoni, fake cheese. Like, what are we doing? And then not only did you make me the nasty pizza, then you came and slaughtered me with your tongue because you were mad that as a grown man, you couldn't hold yourself at a party that we were that I was invited to and invited you as my plus one. Go away from me with this, Apollo, please. Like, ugh. It was disgusting. It was toxic. It was that male masculinity, just disgusting energy. I didn't like it at all. TJ, you gotta go.
Yeah, we vote you off the island. I do not like the way he's doing Stacey, and Stacey is very laid back.
Yes.
She seems like a really genuine, sweet soul. She's just one of those people to me that seem like, la la la, life is good. And she would never intentionally even try to harm anybody or hurt anybody's feelings.
No.
This is bad. Yeah,
I don't understand why we're back at this conversation, because she already apologized once, twice, 3 times when we were at the actual party. She tried to make up with you, tried to carry conversation, but you still wanted to be a biatch. And sorry, you're dismissed. Next.
Next. Yeah. And I don't know, I know he's an actor, right? I don't know what he acts on, but to me, even for agencies or whatever, this ain't a good look, sir. You are looking horrible. And matter of fact, if I ever turn on the show and I see you on it, I'm shutting it off. Click. We ain't doing you or it. Okay, sir. You better start treating Stacey better. And I hope this turns around. Does TJ have an Instagram? We want to see what his life is like. See if you can find an Instagram on TJ, because something is amiss. Something ain't right. And TJ, we're going to figure you out and find you out. And when we find you, we're going to tell you that you need to stop treating Stacey like this. And I want to see, he better come to the reunion, and Andy better ask him the right questions. Come on, Savannah. This is, it's giving Robin, Dwan gave Robin more affection than TJ gives Stacey. You ain't never lied. Yes, TJ is corny. I'm sick of him. I'm over him already. Yes, he does. He seems to be very controlling. He told her, don't you ever do that again. Child, they would have had a whole show. Royaire, it would have been
fighting. It would have been a fight.
Okay, this him.
Looking like little man.
Scroll through some of this. Let's see if we ever see him with a girl. Let's see. We ain't seeing nothing.
Not nothing.
Where's Stacey at?
Ooh.
Where are the pictures with Stacy?
I don't see none of his acting gigs or anything. What do you do? Like,
Where say who? Click on that right there. That he must have been at somebody's wedding. Click on that one. What's that say?
not this clear backpack.
Mm.
St. Regis, Atlanta. Mm. Yeah, no. It's
No,
not giving what it needs to give at all.
no, it's not.
Think
How many followers he got? Not
3,000.
1,000.
Whack. We're over him. Next.
Whoo, child. Listen, Ashley and Gizelle, they go on like a speed dating situation, right? Um, Ashley is beautiful too. She
Mhm.
really is, right? Um, and and they do this little speed dating, they have talks, and Ashley meets Josh. I thought it was a cute scene. We need Ashley. We need something for Ashley and Gizelle to do because both of them don't have no husbands, right? And don't have no men. And but Ashley
And
though,
no jobs.
listen, no, they got GNA. They got GNA. They got GNA. You
Well,
know,
Ashley was just complaining that it ain't came off the ground yet, so it can't be doing that.
I'm trying to work. I'm trying to work here. Okay. I'm trying to work here. But so so they go on this dating situation, and they do like a little speed dating. I thought it was a cute scene. I mean, there's not much to talk about in that scene except the fact that Ashley, met Josh, and at first Gizelle joked, what are we gonna do if we both like the same man? It was a cute scene. I liked it. I enjoyed it. What are your thoughts?
I thought it was something different. I don't think we've seen speed dating on the Housewives of any franchise because
Mhm.
normally everybody is married or in a separation, or going through something. So we have not seen that. So it was something nice and fresh to see. I thought it was, very canning that Gizelle kind of normally picks the same type of gentleman every time. Outside of the one gentleman that she recently had last season, but she definitely has a type, and go for your type, girl. Do what you do. I love the way that Ashley went into this. She went to have fun. She went to have a good time. As she said, she loves to flirt. It's her favorite pastime. So she fit right into this scene. It did well for her. And I thought Gizelle was, pretty open, to be doing this, without Robin. Normally it's kind of hard to get Gizelle to be open to doing things without her bestie. So this was nice to see another side of Gizelle letting that guard down and just kind of, doing her. So I'm liking the way that, Gizelle is presenting herself this season. It's a lot more nicer, a lot more calm in ways, and more, in my opinion, more genuine. I am starting to see a more genuine side of Gizelle with some of the ladies on the show this season. So I enjoyed the scene, something fun, something different.
I did too. I really did enjoy it too. And like I said, we are definitely seeing a different side of Gizelle. I do think reality TV, all jokes aside, in and of itself, is toxic, right? And they have trained all of these girls that if you don't have some type of drama, if you don't have some type of toxic situation, then it's not going to be a show. And I think that unfortunately, that's where all of these shows, in some way, shape, or form, we're heading towards. So to see this season, no, I'm not sure recording that. To see this season where we're getting some stuff going on, but it's not high level, heavy, toxic. It's refreshing. So that's why that scene was cute. It was refreshing, and it was a good break in between. So we roll into. You want to talk about Ray and Karen?
Ray and Karen,
Uh, Go ahead.
Ray and Karen, they are on what 20 was it 28 years?
20 years.
28 years of marriage, okay? And so during these 28 years, as any marriage, there are bumps, there are bruises, there are ups, there's downs, there's love, there's, sometimes little hate there too. But, Karen wanted to come together with Ray and, really show some appreciation for their marriage. They have been through so much, and she wanted to show some appreciation for Ray as well. There was a time where Ray was going through some financial difficulties on the show, and they had to move out of their house, and Karen stood by her man, okay? And she said, I've been going through, Ray, and there was a point that I felt like you weren't there for me. She said, I basically had to go crash into all the nature to get your attention, but you've given it to me, and I want to say that I appreciate it. Ray, said, well, I appreciate you being there for me too. I know we've had some issues in the past, but I've been here for you too. I've been driving you around, you haven't had to get an Uber or anything. So I'm here to support you, and I'm proud of us. Karen and Ray, they really want to try to cherish these 28 years that they have and show some appreciation. Karen said, we got to stop taking one another for granted and taking our marriage for granted. We got to be serious about this thing. I love you, Ray. And Ray said, I'm here for you, Karen. Auntie, your thoughts?
You love to say I'm petty. You petty.
Did I do it justice? Did I do it justice?
Yes, you did. You know what? I love these two together.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, anybody who's been in a relationship that long, they know that you're going to have your ebbs and flows. You're going to have your highs and lows, and you're going to have to hang in there and stick with it and work through it. And you know what? At this age, Ray, where are you going? You better hang on to, because I tell you what, I don't know what Karen did or didn't do. There's some people when they do procedures, it's just too much and it's over the top. But whatever Karen is or is not doing, she's slaying. She's slaying. Bring up real quick Karen's Instagram. Her daughter is into like the fashion and all of that stuff. And she bringing mama right along with her because Karen be in these streets slaying, and her pictures are really, 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 really nice. So I'm loving Karen and Ray. I thought this scene was another one. It was very heartfelt. It was cute. Like click into one of the pictures and then scroll through Royaire. Like click on that picture right there with her. This is Karen. This is Karen. And like Karen like to say, triple 20s plus one, she said, or is it plus two?
Plus two.
Plus two. Karen is looking absolutely beautiful and gorgeous. I'm loving what she giving. And guess what? Ray can't deny it. He gets act all crazy if he wants to, but he be telling Karen every now and then how good she look. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he
look at this girl. Look at her.
Come on now. Come on now.
Bad to the bone.
And that's her daughter.
Yes.
That's what's her name again?
Raven.
Raven. Come on now. I love it. Look at that. That's beautiful.
So beautiful. So classy.
So classy.
So elegant.
Come on with the words, Royaire. Classy, elegant. She's the grande dame, and nobody better even try to come for her or deny her. She giving face, she giving body, she's giving fashion. Give it up for the grande dame, and yes, she love her Ray.
She loves him. It ain't nothing nobody can do about it. Period.
No.
Look
and
look.
Where they do that at triple 20s plus two.
Stop playing with Karen. Look at this. Legs and hips and body, yaddy.
You better talk, okay? Look, come on.
Look at it. What I told y'all. What I told you.
Whoa. Where they do that at?
Impose. They was taking it. They said impose. Impose. Look.
Come on. Even though Tyra Banks is toxic, not Savannah talking about in sober. See y'all be trying to get the grande dame her flowers.
Oh my God.
Y'all want to bring back up her D, what is it? DWI.
DUWI.
We trying to give her flowers. That was a whole photo shoot. She slayed. Oh my God, y'all mean?
Y'all are so disrespectful.
So rude, so disrespectful.
So
Okay,
nasty,
so rude,
so
so nasty,
rude.
so rude. Oh my god. But yeah, I thought that was a cute scene between them.
Yes. Remember, make sure you're hitting that like button on both channels, people. We are live on both channels. So hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. And please share, share, share. Let the people know we are live.
Yes.
Well, yes, I enjoy Karen and Ray. You know, though they have their little relationship issues, I truly enjoy them. It's nice to see, you know, in reality, Diva, no couple is perfect. No
What?
couple is walking around every day not having issues, problems, and misunderstandings. Every couple has their issues and problems. But the real question is, how hard are you willing to fight, to sustain, to keep, and to, you know, move forward in that situation, as long as it is not a toxic, abusive, you know, something that's harming you. You know, how hard are you willing to fight? Those are the real questions you have to ask yourself.
Absolutely. How hard are you willing to fight? Me and Kiara. Listen, go ahead. Go ahead.
Right now, they are probably my two least favorite cast members of the show. I can't with them. I can't. I cannot. I truly. Go ahead and explain this. Go ahead, and then I'll give my.
Okay, comment. So you know, me and Kiara meet.
Oh, sorry. Okay, somebody says Karen has court next week.
Oh, she does. Oh.
Mm.
Prayers for Karen. Can we get go listen to Royaire? Can we get a 60 seconds of silence for Karen? Yeah, I do not want Karen to go to jail.
I don't either. Shout out to Karen.
Shout out to Karen. Okay, not marry Xmas Karen. Don't do that right here. Yo, that court is wrong though. She got court next week. They wrong for not waiting till the new year.
They are.
No, that's petty. That's petty. Everybody's being petty this year.
I mean, but let's be real. Do we really want to drag this into the new year? Do we?
No, but you don't want to be locking nobody up right before Christmas now. That's just ugly.
She could spend the holidays behind bars with Diddy. It'll be okay.
Oh my God. Now bring her out to the Metropolitan. Oh God. How can I? Oh Diddy done messed it up for Black Hollywood.
Literally.
It's up for everybody now. It's terrible. It really
Nobody's
is.
Safe.
Nobody's safe. Okay. Shout out to Black Hollywood. Keep your head up, all of y'all. Cause listen, first Diddy, now Jay-Z. I mean, who next? Who next? Okay. So Mia and Kiara, they meet. And you know, they talking. And if I hear Mia say one more time that Gordon is in a manic moment, I'm really gonna jump through the TV and punch her in the face. Now, listen, it don't take me long to drive to Potomac. I don't know.
We do not want to communicate threats across the
okay, I'm sorry. You are correct. But I'm child. I just can't with her. Every time you turn around, she's talking about how Gordon is in a manic moment. But when you was up there on the TV with him all that time before, he didn't have the moment she was talking about, girl. I mean, she getting on my nerves with this, right? And you know, then she gonna tell, and Kiara was giving her all these tips because her man Greg does therapy or whatever the case may be, and Greg gonna send me a whole package on tips on how she handles everything, right? How she can handle everything. And she said, although Ink is not their dad, Ink is stepping in like he is the dad. And if she tells us one more time that even though now she want to tell us, even though she don't really feel like Ink is her son's father, she still want to take the test. Girl, you doing too much, and you over the top with it, right? I just can't. It pisses me off to see these scenes with Mia because I think she is exploiting Gordon in the children. So she's doing elderly abuse on Gordon.
Elderly abuse. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, for real.
Ocean Dreaming, if you can make it down to the courthouse, we would truly appreciate your report back to us. Thank you so much. We will be on the lookout.
Child, listen, Ocean, is she? If they want to lock Karen up before Christmas, they dead wrong. I don't
You better be emotional about this.
Not to drive down. Matter of fact, I may have to drive down there, Royaire.
Okay.
Free the ground down. Free the ground down. Listen, no, don't do that. They playing Karen out. They play. What ain't her lawyer? What's the lawyer name? Troy.
Troy
was nice looking too. Troy better do his job.
He better get it right. Savannah, I agree with you. Mia is the manic. Yeah. She is the manic moment. She is insane. She has completely lost her mind. To think that you can toggle between two relationships with two different men on two totally different sides of the spectrum, and then involve your two children along with this as well. What do you think this situation is going to look like? It's going to be a complete mess. What exactly is Mia thinking in her head that she feels that going to Kiera to get this situation fixed was going to actually do something for her? I need you to go see a licensed specialist to check your mind out, because something is not connecting in the brain. The elevator is not even going halfway up to the first floor, let alone the first floor.
It plummeted to the bottom.
Come on, the plummet to the bottom. Boom.
They called the fire department, honey, to get them out. Like, it's just ridiculous.
I just can't. Kiera, I appreciate your advice, but next time, let's actually bring in a professional. Let's not be misleading. And not to say that you misled anybody, but this is a professional's job. Mia needs real professional help to get through this situation. And at this point, in my opinion, it's not even really about Gordon. This is about you. What is going on with you that you deem this behavior acceptable for yourself and your children?
Come on now.
We need to ask those questions. We really, really need to ask those questions, because this is mind-boggling. And now I understand, Gizelle can go a little far sometimes, but I really understand what Gizelle was saying earlier in the season when we were sitting at the table at the Hatitude party. She asked you, were you okay? We've seen this stuff going on in the social. I understand now, because look at what you're doing, Mia. Like, at this point, Gordon has an excuse. He's not stable. You have told us that he has bipolar. He's been diagnosed with bipolar 1. You told us that he's not in his right mind. So at this point, it is up to you to be the responsible adult and do things in a proper, healthy way. But you can't even get that right. So I just don't know what more to expect from Mia and how much longer I'm willing to accept her on this TV screen with this foolishness. I can't.
Yeah, I can't with her either. But you know what, Kiera? Have Greg send over the paperwork. I hope it works out for them.
Yeah.
But
I think we need Spirit to come in the room. We need Spirit.
We do. We most certainly do. Yeah, because this is ridiculous at this point.
Stephen Royaire, I know Gizelle has a brother and I believe a sister. Brother's name is Christopher Graves.
Oh. What? Oh, why haven't we seen them on the show ever?
Me either, but that name sounds familiar, Christopher Graves.
It does, right? Ooh. So maybe she trying to say it could possibly be the brother or the sister who tried to do a little Jedi trick and have the dad sign some fake will and cut out Gizelle and the girls. This is messy.
Christopher.
Oh.
This is Gizelle's only brother.
Oh.
And
No,
Gizelle
why?
said this herself.
Wait,
Gizelle Bryant, celebrating my only brother, Christopher Graves, 1986, turning 50. He is my big brother who has been protecting me, loving me, giving me advice when I don't want it since the day I was born. Love you, Christopher. Happy birthday.
ooh, come on, major changes with the facts. Oh my gosh. Well,
Mm.
why hasn't Christopher ever came on the show?
Well, Diva, everybody don't want to be TV famous. Some people are okay with their regular everyday lives.
Yeah,
Some
that's
people got stuff going on that they don't want to be put out. Because, when she put herself out here, unfortunately, people feel they have free claim to do and say whatever they want.
facts.
So he may just be in a position where he doesn't want to, just assuming everybody. That's just what I'm assuming.
Oh,
But,
shoot. The dad was married.
mm,
The dad was married to Kay when he passed. Who's Kay?
who's Kay?
Oh
Okay.
my
You go
God.
ahead and start on this next scene. I'll do a little
Okay.
research and we'll come
So
back.
Ashley goes on a date with Josh from the speed date. Can I tell you I'm liking Josh? I'm
Mhm.
liking Josh. I thought he's young, but he has like a old soul, so to speak. Very mature. He was really into Ashley, and Ashley looked cute on that date. No, Ashley, you know what? Ashley needs to do something more in the fitness realm because honey, she keep that body in shape. She pumped out those 2 kids and she's looking good. She had on short shorts, okay? But
Mm.
I thought the date was going well with them. They was engaging. She even sent in her confessional. She forgot the cameras were there. And Josh doesn't seem he just seems so genuine. And for him to be so young and have went through about very mature. Come on, y'all. I love when y'all give us the words. He's very mature. And for him to have gone through thyroid cancer, he just has a really good outlook on life. I like Josh a lot. They played some games, they talked, and they did get a little kiss in at the end. Raheem, I caught that. He played it off well though, because when she said she had the kids, the 2 sons, and he said no, he fine with kids because he wants somebody that's family oriented. I think he played it off well, but I really, really, really do like Josh. And I'm hoping this goes somewhere with him and Ashley because he does seem very mature, very kind, very sweet, and not like he was there just to give a show for the cameras. So I like that scene a lot. And I thought she had a good pick as to who she went out on a date with. So your thoughts?
I totally agree. I thought this scene was very fun. This is a new area for Ashley. Ashley has been married since she has gotten on the Real Housewives of Potomac. So this is her first time in the dating world, experiencing. As you said, I think she picked a great guy. I think Ashley has I think, in my opinion, Ashley's been kind of working on herself. And it seems like her picker is picking very well. She picked someone young, but who has still been through some stuff in life. So he's kind of, matured in a way. He has an understanding of, how the body works because he's been through some things, and that's kind of important. Ashley ain't a young buck. I want to say Ashley's 36, right? So she's kind of getting up there in life. So it's nice to know, someone who has some experience in the health world, understanding how the body works and things like that because of their own personal experiences. But overall, I thought she had a great time. He seemed like he had a great time. And, I'm open to a third dating scene for them. I really, really am. I would like to get to know him a little bit more.
I am too. So I appreciated that scene. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going through
Well,
cancer.
from what I've seen.
Yeah. Going through cancer will bring maturity. He might be right for her. Yeah. It definitely will, because when you go through a health scare, it gives you a whole new perspective on life. At least you hope it does. And just knowing how precious every breath is. What did you find?
So apparently his wife's name is Kay Bryant. I haven't found a picture of her just yet, but according to Google, his newest spouse is Kay Bryant. As we know, he was first married to Gizelle's mom. And so they separated I just seen the date. Sorry, they separated can't find where the date went, but they separated and then he married a Kay Bryant, and she seems like to have been his latest spouse since his marriage.
How old is Kay? I don't wanna blame it on Kay.
They did not give me an age of K specifically just yet. So I'm still doing some research, but I'll get back with you.
Okay, yeah. Ooh, ooh. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll into this last scene. This scene was heartfelt. This scene was again where you saw the children have more common sense than their mother. Um, and this scene is where baby girl, when I say baby girl, I'm talking about Mia's daughter, because this is Mia, the kids, and G. This is where you saw Mia's daughter. You could tell, first of all, regardless of what G was or was not, you could tell he was a good father because those kids love their father.
Mm.
And they don't understand why daddy and mommy are living separately. They don't understand and didn't know that mommy and daddy was planning to get a divorce. And baby girl went over to her daddy and whispered, what you going to do if mommy marries Mr. Ink? He said, "How I can't hear you." And then Mia said, "What happened? What you say?" Nobody, the kids do not want Mia to marry Ink. They want, yeah, Juju is definitely Gordon's little twin.
All
You
the
know, both of them, her kids too. I just love seeing the families. I really do. I love seeing the kids. She too. She got those kids are gorgeous,
They are.
gorgeous, and they do. Those are G kids. Period. And for Mia to be playing with the son, okay, saying that he could be Inks, I think is so darn messy,
Messy, disgusting, low down,
disgusting.
dirty.
Because yes, those are Gordon's kids. Period. And she shouldn't be playing like that. But the kids are just adorable and just gorgeous skin. Oh my God, I love these kids. And they're standing there wondering like, why is mom playing games? And just what's his name? What's the boy's name again? Why am I his name is slipping my mind? um he was like mommy and daddy sitting kissing in the tree and Mia told me I don't climb no trees.
Mm.
You climb a lot of trees, Mia. Why don't you
Mhm.
stop? But
And I
and
be climbing
Gordon, you
trees
could
with the cute
tell,
toes.
yeah, ooh. But you could tell Gordon is broken.
Mm-hmm.
Gordon is broken. And Jeremiah, thank you, Savannah. And for Mia to say that, I don't know. It's a mess. Oh, for Mia to mention, this is what I wanted to say, Ray. For Mia to mention that to Kiara, she mentioned that Gordon said, "What if we stay together but just don't have sex? Do you think Ink would be okay with that?" Mia is just sharing too much. She's oversharing. She is really being disrespectful to her husband because they're still married. And for you to be on the Real Housewives of Potomac and you still have a husband and you're fooling around with Ink, it's messy. And Ink, this is not even good for your brand, sir. Tell Mia to get a divorce or you'll see her later, point blank in a period. And from my understanding, I thought Ink said he has children too. You really want your kids to see you doing this, sir? This is a mess. Let Mia clean up her mess and then get with her if that's what you want. No, Warrior. What are your thoughts? That scene was sad to me.
And this was one of also this one of the saddest scenes of this. I take that back. So this was the saddest. TJ and Mia were, or TJ and Stacy were the second saddest. But this was
Yeah.
truly, truly sad. Number one, because the children are involved in such a adult matter. Um, Based off of what the children said, the children are very involved in these adult matters. Um, I, I don't ever want to talk about anybody's parenting, but the way that you are choosing to show or display your life in front of your children, Mia, they are very confused.
Mm-hmm.
They're sad.
Mm-hmm.
They are not pleased.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremiah is totally just in in I just can't even wrap my mind around the words of where he is mentally in his mind, because I'm seeing my mother and father together, but then I'm seeing my mama with this man. And if they're talking about, someone else being the father on TV, I can only imagine that he's probably heard about somebody, this young boy is questioning so many things in his life, and he is desiring for his parents to be together, and they can't even come to a common ground to really have a real conversation, to really get down to the root of what's really going on. And the reason that they can't do it is because, or give it to him, is because they can't do it for themselves. I feel like Mia is okay in the dysfunction and the discomfort of all of this mess that's going on. And she's not even thinking about it from her children's standpoint. You're not thinking about it from Gordon's standpoint. If you don't want this man, let him go. And then it makes me think about Ink. What kind of man are you that you're willing to sit around, and play halftime daddy with children who may or may not be yours, argue with a man, who is still married to his wife, you pulling up, staying at the apartment, she picking you up from the airport. What kind of man are you? Why do you find this deemable and acceptable and okay? I have issues with this. And for that young girl, Juju, to say, I don't want Ink as a father. Obviously, there's something that he's presenting that she's uncomfortable with and not okay with. What's going on in this household?
What's going on is you have children, because how old is Juju and Jeremiah? I let's just, for speaking
I want to say
purposes now.
she's 6 and he's 9, maybe. I think that was
Yeah,
it.
so under 10. In their whole life, they've been dealing with mommy and daddy together. In this family unit, for whatever that family unit was or was not, right? And then they started this show out with mommy and daddy together. And the scenes they did was with mommy and daddy together. And now you got this thing, all kinds of confusing, because you're in the same building, in different houses, and every now and then they got to see you doing whatever these scenes are, and you're doing them with Ink. It's a hot, dysfunctional, nasty, disrespectful mess. And then on top of that, for you to keep chronicalizing that, G is in this manic mode, is not, don't make a mockery of this mental health thing. We have seen that mental health issues in real time with different people were here. Like, for instance, that one young man that lost his life on the train because somebody else put him in a chokehold, and he had mental health issues and he was homeless. We've seen that young lady, I had did this story on my channel where she was in her home, she called the cops, and then the cops ended up pounding her in the head. This mental health thing is real, and this is not just anybody. It is your husband. This is not just anybody. It is the father to two of your children. This is not just anybody. You had a son before you got with G, so your son before you got with G is also a part of G's life, okay? And I will say this. Thank God for her firstborn's father, who probably told her from the jump, do not put my kid on this TV. He did the best thing ever for his son, because Mia don't have no problem playing with the kids up on the TV. And G, I know he won't do it, but G should enact that same rule. I didn't like when Kenya Moore's estranged husband, now ex-husband, was trying to block her from allowing little mama to be on TV, right? Because I was like, it's not fair. But you know what? The detriment, if you don't have a stable parent, so to speak, or a parent that really is into your own mental health, protecting you, being on TV cannot be a not so good thing. So in this particular incident with Mia, I don't think those kids need to be on the TV. Not they're gorgeous. I love seeing them, but Mia doesn't know how to even protect her own kids. I mean, when they get older and they go back and they see this, it's messy as I don't know what. Mia is thinking about self right now, and she's doing anything to get this Bravo check. And I think it's going to be messy. And Lisa said, They moved several times and bought expensive flooring for the mansion. Very strange. Well, they was just, she liked to blame G on being manic and just spending money. But you know what, Mia, you ain't fooling us. Mia was reckless with the money too. Mia was reckless with the money. And for them to have even, rented that mansion in the first place is ridiculous. Yeah.
I'm just, as you said, truly disappointed. I don't know exactly where they're gonna go from here and how they're gonna figure this out. I am really encouraging family therapy as well as individual therapy for sure. And I think Mia really just needs to take some time out for herself and really reflect on, hopefully watching this season will give her, the 2020 vision that she needs to really pull things together, because this is crazy. I've never seen this type of foolishness on reality TV before from the Housewives anyways.
Right.
So there was one last scene I wanted to bring up that we missed. Wendy.
Yes.
First of all, I don't know what was going on with Wendy's outfit. She had on this blue sweater with this puffed up muscle. I'm like, what are we doing, Wendy? What's going on here? So Wendy brings her sister to a restaurant. They're going to break it to their mother that Wendy has left Johns Hopkins. And, she's out here freelancing. She don't have a job, but she's still Dr. Wendy. She's still, a host of her YouTube channel. And she's still co-host on the MSNBC station, for commentary. So, her sister and they come in and, she says, listen, I don't know how I'm going to tell mommy, but, I hope that you're going to help me. And the sister says, listen, I don't know how mama's going to take it, but I'll be here. So Mama Susan comes in, she sachets on in. And so she sits down. And so they're asking, how you doing? All is well, things of that nature. The waiter comes to the table. And so Mama Susan is ready to pray. Well, as she's praying, Wendy's still ordering drinks and, ordering food. And Mama Susan isn't taking too kindly to Wendy's disrespect to her prayer. So she says, I'm praying, Wendy. Hold on. So, she finishes up her prayer. And so Wendy breaks it down. She says, listen, Mom, I got something I want to tell you. I've done all that you've asked me to do, and I think I'm ready to move on. I have quit my job. And Wendy's mom is ready to cut loose. She is ready to, give Wendy the business. But Wendy said, hold on, Mom. Remember, I'm still a doctor. I have my 4 degrees. I'm still a commentator. I still have my YouTube. I'm doing the thing. I'm still that girl. And so Miss Susan, she turned out and ended up being okay with it because she said, my baby girl is that girl. You have many accomplishments and somebody else is going to pick you up and be appreciative of you. Wendy said during that time, in that conversation that she felt that Johns Hopkins was not appreciative of her. They were just tolerating her. Ma'am, you're on reality TV, not showing the best representation. I'm pretty sure they were intolerable of you. So it was probably best that you left. But Wendy said, she's out here doing her thing. She's doing unconventional things. They have Happy Eddie. That's not normally something from her culture that they would accept. But, she's doing what she can do to make her family proud, and to bring the coin into the door. Your thoughts and opinions on that scene,
Probably I forgot it for a reason. It's always this thing with, I gotta tell Mom that, I quit this, that, the other. Let me say this for you. At the end of the day, what I found out about Wendy's mom, as long as she get her allowance, her check, and everything else she want from Wendy and money wise, she gonna be okay. She don't care if Wendy work at Johns Hopkins, 7 Bravo shows.
Oh my
God. 13 YouTube channels. She could care less as long as she get what she want to get from Wendy. Wendy's mother reminds me of Mama Joyce in a way. Yes. Yeah, she reminds me of Mama Joyce in a way. Like if they offered her with the Potomac, it's a flute, right? A champagne flute. Yeah. If they offered her a flute, she would take it.
What you said the other way, she would knock Wendy down and take that flute.
She would knock her down and take that flute. So I don't really feel for the Wendy and her mama scenes, I'm just like, whatever. And,
Mm-hmm.
and all of this always, I'm telling my mother and this and that. And I lost interest in her with all of that when the son and the daughter graduated, and she sat there and told them they wasn't going to get their inheritance money until they went to grad school and all that. I'm like, but that was your gripe with your mother. So
Mm-hmm.
Wendy is Wendy. I like her better this season, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was season 9, episode 10 of The Real Housewives of Potomac, Love in the Fast Lane. Leave your thoughts and opinions down below on a scale of 1 to 10. We would love to know what you thought about this episode, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. We will read those comments off as we give our final thoughts and opinions. Auntie, your final thoughts on this episode?
I'm going to keep it at a solid 8. I'm liking it. It had some feel good moments. It had some cringy moments. So it gave us a good mix, right? It had some feel good moments. It gave us some cringy moments. But I guess we want reality TV, and I guess that's what Mia's giving us. She's messy, and that's her real world. And on that note, I guess, we can't be too mad at her giving us reality TV. She's messy. She got a husband and a boyfriend. They living in the same building. The kids are confused, but there's oftentimes in real life that real families actually do this, because we see right now what Remy Ma and Papoose are going through. Our Black love family. And it's getting so nasty in the streets between them two, Royaire, that she told the girlfriend he ain't never gonna buy you nothing because I'm the one with the bag.
You didn't have to repeat that.
That's your husband, Now see, let me tell you something. When these people fight in the streets and they get nasty, Maria, they get nasty.
They get low down and dirty.
And dirty, and they will put all the business on the streets. All the business on the streets. But child, that's what she has said. That's what her has said.
That's what she said. Well, K Macho is giving this a 7. Felicia is giving it a 7. Raheem said a 4.
Raheem so high. Come on, Raheem, you better up that number, because the Grand Dame told Ray, I love you, and they was 28
I love you. And Ray was here for it today, okay? He was here for it today.
You ain't lying today.
Ocean, she said an 8. Justina said a 9. Lisa said a 6. Candy said a 7. Overall, I am giving this episode a 7. I really did not like this last scene with Mia and the family. I'm not a big fan of Mia and Kiara. I really do think that Karen and Ray, they carried this episode with their, come together scene. I think that, and I was not a big fan of TJ and Stacey's conversation either today. And this episode was just really rough on the people this week. It was rough. So I'm gonna have to agree with Candy and give it a 7. I'm feeling a 7.
Yeah, it was. It's reality though, when you see, you know what, we were meant to be in this world to share our life with somebody, Royaire, right? And Karen Ray, Ashley, Gizelle.
They was the only ones to clock in this week, right? Oh, not a 1.
They get 1 point each. I cannot. But it's just that it's like, it's sad to see what's going on. But I guess this is reality. But what I was going to say is that, we're all meant to kind of live our life with somebody, right? So you can have somebody have fun with, to talk to just share your life with or whatever. Mm-hmm. But the reality is, like, when you have Stacy, that you've been with your husband or somebody for 15 years, and then all of a sudden, or however long they've been together, and then all of a sudden, like, y'all are no longer a couple, that person is lost, especially if the other person has moved on and they found themselves another mate. And here you are, you left out there like, what do I do? Where am I? And, you're trying to date. And then imagine trying to date and you run into somebody like a TJ. That's a nightmare. Like, seriously. Running into a TJ is a nightmare. And maybe we'll get the real deal out of TJ when the reunion comes. I swear to goodness, I need him at this reunion. We may have to tap into Andy now. I don't know if they already filmed the reunion or whatever.
Yeah.
But we really do need this. We really do need this reunion. We need for TJ to be there because he needs to answer some questions for you because I'm not liking him.
I'm not liking him. I'm not sure who this is showing up. It is definitely giving narcissist. As I said earlier, this person that we seen at the beginning of the season, this holy man, this saved man, this nice man. I'm not seeing that man at all. I'm seeing the straight devil. That's who I'm seeing. I'm serious. Why you had to laugh?
Because you know what? He's the one that came out to us talking about he's some Christian and all that. But you ain't lying, Royaire. He's the devil.
Ain't that how the saints do? They try to say they all of this, and then you come out and look at TD Jakes. Let me stop. Let's get out of here.
Okay, now you cutting up. You cutting a fool. You cutting a fool. But listen, guys, what's today? Thursday. We done did this all late, but we are trying. Can y'all pray for us? We need prayer because we want to get on the consistent.
Y'all need to put us on the sick and shut in list.
Yeah, please do. Please do. Because we trying to get our schedule together so we could be consistent and y'all know when to look for us to do these recaps. But you know what, Royaire, shame on us. We didn't even finish out Tia.
We're going to finish her.
Okay.
We just go do one big episode on Tia. To be honest with you, right now, I'm kind of in my feelings with Tia for real, because this separate Thanksgiving thing really got to me. Like, I'm in my feelings.
They're not telling us the truth on her reality show.
They're not. And
that show would be number one and she told us the truth.
I'm just not feeling it. I really, really can't. My mom is a twin, and I know what that relationship is like. So for them to be in this situation, something is really going on. And it's making me think, I feel like Corey was not really the bad guy in this situation because...
Child, ain't it looking like that? Ain't it looking like that? It really is. I mean, yeah, yeah, it's really looking like that. Tia got a lot going on and she's estranged from the family. And if y'all going to do reality TV, give us the real.
Give us the real.
Give us the real. Yeah. Don't be trying to hide it from us. But we'll be back, y'all.
We'll be back. You going live tonight?
I am going live tonight. Probably 8:30. Probably 8:30.
So be sure to go over to Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva, hit the like button on this channel, on this video, and make sure you hit the subscribe button on her channel and the notification bell on all, and join her tonight at 8:30 for trending topics. There's going to be a lot to talk about, y'all. So make sure you get in the building and hit that like button and be ready. Like we said, we are recapping Married to Medicine as well. We already recapped last week's episode 3. So if you missed that, we recapped that on Monday. Go check that out. Hit the like button on that video. And as well, we have been recapping Tia, My Next Act. So catch up on the show with us and then catch up on our latest recaps as well. We'll be back next week to recap Housewives of Potomac, episode 11. I mean, this season has been really, really good. So make sure you stay tuned. Hit that notification bell on both of the channels, on all, so you see every time we go live with you in mind. Anything else?
No, that's everything. Thank y'all, guys.
We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll catch y'all next time. Bye. Bye.
Royaire's World.